Hello students, in this video I am going to teach 10th class physics. In that chapter is light. In this video we'll discuss first few points related to the light, and after that we'll proceed to syllabus of 10th class physics. When we are talking about light, then one point comes in our mind, that is, what is light? Light is the form of energy which produces the sensation of vision. It is the form of energy which produces the sensation of vision. Means light makes us able to see the objects. In scientific way, we can say light is a form of energy which gives us sensation of sight, which makes us able to see the objects. Now, next point is source of light. First, we'll take one example. Books are the sources of knowledge. Here, knowledge is given by books. Same sentence we can use in light. What is source of light? So, an object which gives light is known as source of light. Those objects, those things, those substances which gives out light from them are called source of light. Sources we can classify into two categories. First one is natural and second one is man-made. Another way to classify them is luminous and non-luminous. Those sources having their own light are called luminous. Other hand, those receive light from external source and then scatter are called non-luminous source of light. Two types of sources, two type of sources of light. Luminous, those sources having their own light, they emit, they gives out light from their own, are luminous source of light. Non-luminous, those sources which receive light from external source and then scatter are called non-luminous source of light. Luminous source example we are taking sun, and non-luminous we are taking moon. Sun has its own light, that's why we say it is luminous source of light. Next point is medium. A substance through which light can travel, light can propagate is called medium. Air, water, glass, these are the medium through which light can travel. Medium we can divide into three categories. Transparent medium. Light can travel from one side to another side is transparent medium of light. Example, we can say glass sheet. If torch light is put on the sheet of glass, light will travel from one side to another side. So when light can travel from one side to another side, that is called transparent medium of light. Next one is translucent. If light can travel from one side to another side partially, light can travel from one side to another side partially, not fully, then it is called translucent medium. And for example, we can say rough glass. In that case, light will travel but not full. Partially it will travel from one side to another side. Example, in slide you can see light is passing. Third category is opaque. If light cannot travel from that substance, then it is called opaque. Example is wood. If light is put on the sheet of wood, it will not be visible other side. It is not allowing light to travel from one side to another side. Next point is ray of light. Example, ray of sunlight. Means one ray which is coming from the sun, we are seeing ray of light. So what is ray of light? It is a straight line path along which light travel. Ray of light is a straight path along which light will travel. If we'll take number of parallel rays of light together, then it is called beam of light. So many rays of light which are coming out together are called beam of light. Now reflection of light. If we take one ball, throw it toward the wall, after it striking the wall, it will return back. Same way, a beam of light falls on the wall, after striking the wall, it returns back, it comes back. That bouncing back of light to the same medium after striking the surface is called reflection of light. Here only direction is changing. Light is traveling in one medium only. After striking, it returns to the same. Means only direction is changing. That is called reflection of light. Bouncing back of light is called reflection of light. Types of reflection. We can write regular reflection of light and irregular reflection of light. Example we can take, suppose students are coming out from a room, teacher is standing there, they will come out in a proper order. If teacher is not there, they can come in any order, they will not follow any pattern. Same way, when rays of light falls on a smooth surface, on a polished surface, in that case it will bounce in a proper manner, in a proper order, that is called regular reflection. And when rays of light falls on a rough surface, in that case it will return in any order, that is called irregular reflection of light. Laws of reflection, there are two laws of reflection. The angle between incident ray and normal is equal to the angle between reflected ray and normal. This is first law of reflection. Second law is incident ray, normal and reflected ray all are in same plane, lies in the same plane. Now in the figure, ray of light coming from the source and striking the mirror, that is incident ray, line which is perpendicular to the surface is normal, and after reflection it goes in the same medium, that is called reflected ray. Ray of light coming from the source is incident ray. After reflection it goes in the same medium, that is reflected ray. A line perpendicular to the plane is called normal. Angle between incident ray and normal is called angle of incident. Angle between normal and reflected ray is called angle of reflection. Image. It is an optical appearance produced when rays of light coming from an object are reflected from the mirror. When we are standing in front of the mirror, in that case ourselves can be considered as an object. Rays of light coming from object approaching to the mirror, and from there it will be reflected back. In that case, optical appearance will take place, and that is called image. There are two types of image: real and virtual. Now we'll discuss properties of real and virtual image. Rays of light meet at a point after reflection, then real image will be formed. Rays of light after reflection actually intersect at a point. In that case, real image will be formed. If image is real, then it can be obtained on a screen. This is second property. Real image can be obtained on a screen when we go to the talkies and see the movie. In that case, it is example of real image. Third one is real image is formed in front of the mirror, and one more property of real image is always inverted. These are the properties of real image. Real image will be formed when rays of light after reflection will intersect actually at a point. Real image can be obtained on a screen, and real image is formed in front of the mirror, and these are always inverted. Virtual image, after reflection, rays of light will not intersect, will not meet actually, but appears to meet, seems to meet. Then virtual image will be formed. Virtual image cannot be obtained on a screen. Virtual image formed behind the mirror. These are always erect. Suppose in 1 mark question is asked, write the properties of real image. So you can write these 4 properties of real image. If it is asked, write the properties of virtual image, these properties you can write. Differentiate the real image and virtual image. In that case, you can make column, and according serial number you can differentiate real image and virtual image. Now next point in this series is plane mirror and properties of image formed by the plane mirror. So what is plane mirror? Plane mirror, if we take a smooth rectangular sheet of glass and one side will put layer of silver and to protect it, it is painted. That is called plane mirror. Example, dressing mirror. Every day we are using to see our face. That is called plane mirror. Properties of image formed by plane mirror are following. Image formed by plane mirror is always virtual. It is always erect. Size of the image is equal to size of object. Distance of object from the mirror is equal to distance of image from the mirror. Last one, laterally inverted, means left side become right and right side becomes left. Again, properties of image formed by plane mirror. First one, it is always virtual, cannot be obtained on screen. Erect means upright. Size of the image will be equal to the size of object. Distance of image from the mirror will be equal to distance of the object from the mirror. Laterally inverted means left side becomes right and right side becomes left. Now, uses of plane mirror. Every day we are using plane mirror for dressing up. So, plane mirrors are used to put on dressing table. Blind turns on the road to avoid accident. In that case, blind turns are there on the roads. On that road we can put plane mirror. So it will become easy for the driver to see the vehicles which are coming from opposite side. And third, plane mirrors are used in making of periscopes. Here, example of blind road, blind turn given and plane mirror is put on dressing table. After discussing plane mirror, we'll proceed to the spherical mirrors. A mirror whose reflecting surface is curved or spherical, means not plane, is called spherical mirror. A mirror whose reflecting surface is curved, not straight, or spherical, is called spherical mirror. There are two types of spherical mirror, concave and convex. In figure you can see, first one is concave mirror and second one is convex mirror. Concave mirror. It is a part of hollow sphere whose outer surface is silvered, means silver layer is put to make it opaque, and inner surface act as a reflecting surface. Means reflecting surface is towards the center of curvature. A mirror whose reflecting surface is toward the center of curvature and reflecting surface concave means it is the part of hollow sphere whose outer surface will act as a opaque and inner surface will act as a reflecting surface. Just opposite of this is convex. It is a part of hollow sphere whose inner surface is silvered and outer surface act as a reflecting surface. Means reflecting surface is away from the center of curvature. You have to learn only one definition. concave, and just opposite you will write convex. Important terms related to the mirrors. Center of curvature. A hollow glass sphere is taken, one part of that is cut and changed in form of mirror. So center of that hollow sphere is known as center of curvature. Second is radius of curvature. A hollow glass sphere is taken, one part of that is cut and mirror is formed. Radius of that hollow sphere is called radius of curvature. Center of the mirror, midpoint of the mirror is called pole. Principal focus, a point where all the rays of light meet after reflection. Principal focus means a point on the principal axis where rays of light after reflection intersect each other or seems to intersect each other is called principal focus. Focal length, it is the distance, it is a length between pole and focus, and focal length is always half of the radius of curvature. A hollow glass sphere is taken, one part of that is cut and mirror is formed. Center of that hollow sphere is called center of curvature, denoted by C, and it is 2 times of the focal length, so we can write 2 times of F also. Point on the principal axis is F, focus. Rays of light coming parallel to the principal axis after reflection pass through this point, that is called focus. Midpoint, center point of the spherical mirror is called pole. Line passing from center of curvature and pole is called principal axis. This portion is reflecting and outside it is polished, so this become opaque and this one is reflecting. Again, center of curvature is the center of hollow sphere from where sphere is made. Radius of that hollow sphere is called radius of curvature. Center point of mirror is called pole. After reflection, rays of light which are coming to the principal axis passes through the same point, that is called principal focus. Distance between pole and focus is called focal length. A focal length is half of the radius.